Welcome to Palm Springs Stadium. Thank you for joining us for our first matchup at the stadium between the Palm Springs Chill and the Alberta Grizzly. I am Joey Senna, joined alongside Jacob Kronberg. Thank you so much for watching us on the California Winter League YouTube channel. This is going to be an excellent matchup. The Chill are coming off a 4-game win streak, and yesterday the Alberta Grizzly tied with the Canada A's 3-3 in a very tightly contested game, Jacob.
Yeah, we'll see if Alberta has any bit of a hangover from playing the late game yesterday. A tight one, your 5-game winning streak comes to an end. You result in a tie, and you never know how you're going to come out of something like that. Are you defeated because you didn't get the win? Are you a little momentum-driven because you didn't get the loss?
And they were trailing late in that game.
They picked up the momentum in that 7th. Jose Abraham Martinez, really nice job of hitting. He's had a tough winter offensively. RBI doubled to tie things. We ended at 3-3, but this Grizzly team is a team you don't want to run into on the wrong day, that's for sure. You are having an off day, they will capitalize. There's a reason they're atop the standings.
This is the lineup that the Chill's sending up against Wyatt Beto. Cale Thompson is in the leadoff spot playing shortstop. A.J. Pollock batting second out in center field. Jacob Vanderwall in the DH spot in the third hole. Batting cleanup is the left fielder, Jeffrey Pellegrino. Batting fifth is the third baseman, Jake Rybarski. First pitch inside and low for ball one. First pitch coming at 10:02 a.m. 68 degrees. Another perfect day here in Palm Springs. Outside corner, strike one. That'll leave in the count at 1-1. Batting sixth behind the plate is Aaron Cook. Batting seventh is the second baseman, Cameron Bass. Batting eighth is the first baseman, Paul Murrow. And rounding out the lineup, batting ninth is the right fielder, Phillip Rowe. And they'll be facing Wyatt Beto on the mound for the Alberta Grizzly. 1-1 breaking ball is fouled down the left field line.
And this is a new look Chill team. Their manager, Stan Clyburn, had stepped away to go to do something with the Minnesota Twins organization for about a week. They played one game under James Frisbee, kind of knocked him into shape. Now Stan's got him in order. They've won a couple in a row.
Yes. The 1-2, that's inside and low. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here in the top of the first inning. Wyatt Beto is making his 6th appearance. He's pitched 13 innings, recording 15 strikeouts, and his ERA is sitting at 2.69. Fifth pitch of the game is in the dirt. Full count to the first batter that Wyatt Beto faces.
Beto's been a nice addition to this Grizzly pitching staff, and when you look through his numbers, the one that stands out to me is the 4 walks. 4 walks in 13 innings pitched. It's a really solid number compared to what we've seen across the league at points.
The full count pitch is lifted into left center field. The left fielder, Andre White, settles under it for out number 1.
I mean, he's averaging just over 2 walks per 9 innings. That's a serviceable number. We are playing 7-inning games, and if he can keep getting weak fly balls like that and do some softer contact against a Chills team whose offense has struggled at points, you can go deep into this game and turn it right over to guys like Motley in the back end of the bullpen.
Yep. Really a great squad all the way around. They showed great defense in yesterday's game against the A's. First pitch, outside corner, strike one to the center fielder, A.J. Pollock. A.J. Pollock sitting 278. He's 5 for 18 with a couple RBIs. Not an RBI opportunity right here in the first inning, though.
And Pollock's bread and butter has been defensively. Man, can that guy play a strong center field. Good at going back on the ball as well as coming in. We've seen a couple of diving efforts from Pollock, but he patrols a lot of ground, and that settles down the rest of the defense.
Yeah, he surely does cover a lot of ground. Ground ball to Kumagai, the third baseman, who throws across the diamond in time. 2 up and 2 down to start the game for Wyatt Beto. On that 5-3 putout, it brings up the designated hitter, the catcher, but today he's in the DH spot. It's Jacob Vanderwall.
Vanderwall, we've seen him a lot behind the dish, once in a while in left fields, and a guy with a lot of promise, great arm behind the plate. The stick hasn't showed up quite yet. Just hitting a $143.
He'll have opportunities here batting third in this Palm Springs lineup.
When you are playing against the Grizzly, you're really going to have to earn your hits. You're not going to get a lot of cheapies. This is, by all the metrics, the best defensive team in the California Winter League.
0-1 finds the inside corner for strike 2.
Only 6 errors committed as a team for the Grizzly over 10 games. There's not another team in the CWL in single digits in errors.
The 0-2, strike 3. 3 pitches is all Wyatt Beto needs to strike out Vanderwall, and he retires the side in order. We head to the home half of the first, scoreless. Welcome back as we head into the home half of the first inning. I'm Joey Senna, joined by Jacob Kronberg. Let's take a look at the Grizzly lineup real quick. Desmond Gates is out of the leadoff spot in center field. Anthony Pomelia, the shortstop, batting second. Wachuro Kumagai batting third, the third baseman. And the cleanup hitter is going to be Andre White out in left field. The middle of the lineup, 5, 6, and 7, is Jake Hall, Chavius Ford, and Sam Frantino. And the last 2 batters in the lineup are Vincent Bird Jr. and Jackson Murphy. They'll be facing Neil Uscali on the mound for the Palm Springs Chill.
Neil, another guy who's been a big strikeout arm.
Neil wastes no time at all getting ahead in the count. 0-1 to Desmond Gates.
Averaging well over a strikeout a frame for Uscali, and the veteran right-handers pitch really well for the Chill.
Gates shows bunt, but pulls back his bat, and it's a called strike anyway. So 0-2 to Desmond Gates, the leadoff man. Uscali looking for a strikeout here. He awaits, working from the windup in the 0-2. Swung on and chopped towards the right side. Cameron Bass, the second baseman, in time to Paul Murrow, the first baseman, for out number 1. 1 up and 1 down for Neil Uscali.
You look at Uscali with a 2.33 earned run average, and that's phenomenal, right? I mean, but it's actually been better than that. This being his 4th start, you look through the first 3, 2 of them have been shutout performances against the Rush and against the North Stars. And then he had a lackluster outing against the Lumberjacks, who were cruising early on in the season, where he gave up all 4 runs he's allowed this year.
First pitch in to Anthony Pomelia's upstairs, ball 1. Yeah, so just one, you would say, I guess, a bad outing. But other than that, Uscali's been the ace of the Chill. Anthony Pomelia sends this ball right where it came from, up the middle in the outfield grass for the first hit this afternoon by either squad.
Got a fastball up, sent it right back where it came from. Good piece of hitting for Pomelia, who's trying to crack that Mendoza line right now.
That brings up Wachuro Kumagai, the third baseman, who bats in the 3 spot for the Grizzly. Swings his bat around a couple times, waiting for the pitch. He bats from the left side, facing the righty Uscali, who's now working from the stretch. First pitch fouled back into the netting. Strike one. Uscali getting ahead once again.
Establish yourself ahead in the count. You can work that fastball and get a foul ball, get a called strike. You can play that breaking stuff off of it. And that's really how Uscali likes to work.
And maybe break those breaking pitches in later on the next time you face this lineup again, the second or third time around.
Bailed out. Uscali right there. That throw was low over to first, and it hit the sliding Pamilia in the hip. That ball very easily, if Pamilia doesn't get in front of it, goes down that right field line, something we've seen a lot, and there's a lot of territory down there.
A break for the Chill early. The runner goes, strike two, the throw in time. Aaron Cook delivering to the shortstop Thompson in time. Caught stolen is Anthony Pomelia at second base.
Cook's got a cannon back there. He's been really good at maintaining the running game that's been so prevalent across the CWL.
Outside corner, just outside for ball one. 1-2 now to Kumagai. He bats now with nobody on and 2 outs here in the first inning. That's fouled directly back behind us. Heads up to the fans still coming into the stadium.
Good crowd already, an early morning out-of-towners day.
Yep. Canada Day is tomorrow. Out-of-towners day today. And we had Locals Day, I believe, on Monday. Promotions every single day here in the California Winter League. That's fouled right next to the third base concession stand. It's so cool. We have 9 different countries represented here in the CWL. And the fans come from all over the place. A chopper to the second base, Cameron Bass. He records 2 outs this inning. After a single from Anthony Pomelia, Uscali faces the minimum after the caught stolen base. We head to the top of the second inning scoreless. We'll be right back to Palm Springs. Welcome back to beautiful, sunny Southern California. Another perfect day here in Palm Springs as we start the top of the first inning. The middle of the lineup due up for Palm Springs. Pellegrino, Rabarski, and Cook, 4, 5, and 6 hitters. As Wyatt Beto gets back to work for the Grizzly. Working from the windup. On the first base side of the rubber. Delivers ball 2 upstairs.
Beto, an extremely clean first inning, working primarily with that good old number 1, got a couple of soft contact outs.
Pellegrino's hitting .261 on the season. He fouls that back. Strike one, 2 balls and 1 strike.
And he's been getting on base at a much higher clip than that. 346 OBP for Pellegrino.
Mm-hmm.
Which is really what you'd love to see out of your middle-of-the-order guys, not just big swing-and-miss sluggers.
2-1. Just up for ball 3. Beto falls behind to Pellegrino to start this second inning. No hits allowed yet from Wyatt Beto. Check swing. He did go around. That'll make the count full. 3 balls and 2 strikes with nobody on and nobody out here in the top of the second inning. We're scoreless. Beto looks in, gets the sign from Murphy, delivers home, and that's low and in the dirt. A leadoff walk issued to Jeffrey Pellegrino.
Would have liked to have seen Beto go back up in the zone. You got Pellegrino kind of chasing.
Try to get a challenge pitch.
Yeah, got that 3-1 fastball. Induced the check swing, which means Pellegrino wants that pitch. He sees that ball up closer to his eyes. It's enticing. See if you can get him to completely go around and try and expand the zone up with 2 strikes.
Jake Rybarski comes to the plate with a man on, nobody out. A big secondary lead from Pellegrino, who ended up 8 steps off of first base.
Yeah, how about what Rybarski's done in this lineup? 364 hitter.
Yeah, that's third best for Palm Springs. Runner stays put, and that's up and in on the hands. Ball 2.
I'll plant 364 in my 5 spot any day of the week.
Yes, me too. We'll have a quick mound visit as it seems Wyatt Beto's losing a little bit command here in the second inning.
He's adjusting his landing spot a little bit. I mean, you have 2 different right-handers going, both relatively big guys, but their landing spot's going to be a little off because they work on different sides of the mound. So he's probably kicking some dirt back in, making sure his foot lands firm where he wants it to and can finish those pitches.
I like that mound visit real quick by Jackson Murphy. Go check on his pitcher. And first pitch after, fastball up for a strike. Pellegrino still at first base. Pellegrino does have 1 stolen base this season. That's fouled out of play by Rybarski. 2 balls and 2 strikes to the number 5 hitter. Who has been doing it all. He's 8 for 22. He's got 4 RBIs. Runner goes on the strike 3 call. Not a throw him out, punch him out, just a punch him out part. So 1 down as Rybarski strikes out. With Pellegrino now on second base. First runner in scoring position for Palm Springs early on here in the second inning in this scoreless game. That brings up Aaron Cook, the catcher, who we saw has a cannon behind the plate. He caught Anthony Pomelia trying to steal in the last inning. Now whole bat. And he's got a great bat. He's 7 for 14, hitting .500 with a couple rubies. First pitch, big swing, strike 1 on that high fastball once again from Wyatt Beto.
A lot of fastballs early from Beto. We really haven't seen much of the breaking stuff. Which confuses me why we've got 2 looking strikeouts on that fastball. You can't be bailing out for the breaking ball that you haven't seen yet.
Yeah, you can't be waiting on a pitch you haven't seen. Yeah, exactly.
This would be the count to try one ahead 0-1. You got Cook to chase.
Pellegrino, small lead at second. There it is. Just low for ball 1. That'll even the count. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 runner on, and 1 out. The outfield playing medium depth. The second baseman, Frentino's playing closer to the bag, trying to hold Pellegrino on. Pomelia, the shortstop's playing straight up in the shortstop position. Kumagai, the third baseman, just a couple steps off the third base line. Strike 2 into Aaron Cook. Vincent Bird Jr. is a good 5 to 7 steps off the first base line. The first base line wide open for Aaron Cook, who has a chance here with the runner in scoring position on second base. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 away in the scoreless game in the top of the second. And that's up and in, even the count at 2. I can't believe how fast this season's going, Jacob. A week from today, we start the playoffs in the 2023 CWL. The first day of playoffs is going to be exciting because it's a play-in game. It's sudden death.
We got a little bit of that playoff atmosphere yesterday between the Grizzly and the A's.
We surely did. The 2-2 upstairs fastball swung on and missed. The 3rd strikeout of the game so far for Wyatt Beto.
But you could feel the energy yesterday in that 6th and 7th inning. It had me fired up, Joey.
It was the most exciting game that we've seen in the CWL.
I've never been excited for a draw, any sport, in my life.
You've never cheered for the U.S. soccer team then?
No, I have, and then I'll cheer again 4 years from now.
First pitch swinging. Cameron Bass hits it off the end of the bat to Bird Jr. at first, who taps on the bag for out number 3. So Wyatt Beto able to work around the leadoff walk issue to Pellegrino, and we head to the home half of the second, scoreless. We'll be right back to Palm Springs Stadium after this. Welcome back. Thanks for joining us on the California Winter League YouTube channel. I'm Joey Senna, joined by Jacob Kronberg. Middle of the lineup due up for the Grizzly against Neil Uscali, who gets back to work. Andre White, who's at the plate. Jake Hall and Travius Ford due up for the Grizzly. Here in the bottom of the second, tied 0-0. The 0-1 in the dirt, ball 1 from Neil Uscali, who averages about a strikeout and a third per frame. We have yet to see one of those today in the 3 batters that he faced. Still trying to get in the rhythm. He works on the first base side of the rubber, throws in, and that's fouled down the first base line into the fence.
You look, the strikeout is pretty, and it's a big part of the game today, but I'm sure Uscali is more than okay with a couple of those soft bouncers to second base.
Yeah.
Getting out of innings a little quicker.
And a little help from Cook behind the dish.
A lot of help from Cook with that shoot.
Uscali gets ready for the 1-2. Outside corner, strike 3. Spoken into existence. First strikeout of the game for Uscali.
You know, Joey, I wish we were that powerful. Something tells me that was all Neil Uscali.
We were talking pretty loud. He probably heard us from out there. That brings up Jake Hall, the right fielder, who will bat from the right side. He'll face the righty Uscali, still working from the windup. First pitch in, upstairs, ball 1. Big hole up the middle. Cameron Bass halfway between first and second. big swing and a miss for strike one. Bass does shade over a little bit now towards second base. The 1-1 kicks and deals home, and that's fouled back into the netting. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Hall's been a great catalyst of this Grizzly lineup, hitting .462, which is, of course, a remarkable number. But a guy who's been on base 9 times has come in to score 5 runs. So more than half the time he reaches, they find a way to bring him home.
He and the catcher Murphy lead the Grizzly team in batting average. They're both hitting .462. Different numbers, though. It's a 2-2 to Jake Hall, who's 6 for 13, while Murphy is 12 for 26, so a little bit bigger sample size for the catcher Murphy. Good job by Jake Hall to get a piece of that to stay alive, but it goes right into the gut of Aaron Cook behind home plate. He'll take a minute.
Yeah, not sure if exactly where that got him, maybe on that bare arm, the gloveless right hand. Trainers had to take a look at him real quick.
Tough position behind the plate. Catching is, in my opinion, the toughest position in baseball.
It's a grueling one for sure.
They get beat up by pitches all the time. They get foul balls fouled off of them. And being in a squat position for 7 innings. So Cook seems to be all right. Uscali will get back to work against Jake Hall, the number 5 hitter, with 1 away here in the bottom of the second inning, tied 0-0. Only 1 hit so far today, and that came from Anthony Pomelia. A little blooper line drive to second base. Cameron Bass records out number 2, who's been busy. He's recorded 3 outs out of the 5 outs we've seen.
Been on the receiving end of every out put in play. A couple of ground outs, the line out, and the caught stealing.
Yep. So Uscali has faced the minimum thanks to the caught stolen base. Put into play. Chopper just foul in front of the bag. 0-1.
Smart by Rybarski. Kind of come around that ball, give it that extra couple of feet to maybe hop foul. Because on a slow Baltimore chop like that, going to be really tough to throw out a speedy guy like Travius Ford.
You have little to no chance to throw Ford out on a chopper down the line.
It's like an Energizer bunny out there. Brings to life.
He waits the 0-1 from Uscali, working from the windup outside, just outside the zone for ball 1. That'll even the count. 1 ball and 1 strike. 1-1 is belted into left field, bending, foul. Boy, is that ball hit hard. Probably the hardest hit ball we've seen this morning by either team.
And the ball's starting to fly a lot more as we've gotten further along this season. It's in a couple of home runs, but like week 1, there were barely any gappers. Nothing was carrying over the head of outfielders.
Because the hitters hadn't faced live pitching in so long.
Guys are short hopping the wall on a game-to-game basis now.
Yep.
Flirting with extra bases.
Getting their timing better against live pitching. The 1-2 is outside. That'll even the count. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Nobody on and 2 away for Neil Uscali here in the bottom of the second. Scoreless. 2-2 is low and outside. So full count. Now to Travius Ford, the designated hitter for the Grizzly today, who are coming in at 7-2-1. They're in first place in the CWL. Uscali kicks and flicks, and that's fouled back into the netting. We'll do it again. Good job to spoil that pitch from Travius Ford. The Chill are coming in at 5-5. They're at 500, but they are currently on a 3-game winning streak. Full count pitch in is hit into left center field. That'll be a single for Travius Ford with 2 outs. He takes a big turn around first but will settle with a 2-out single. Only the second hit of the game and the second hit for the Grizzly. That brings up the second baseman, Sam Frantino.
And a single for Ford is almost virtually a double with the way he runs.
Yeah.
10 stolen bases, tied for second most in the CWL.
Frantino's hitting .250. He's 3 for 12. Runner goes on the first pitch. Cook throws, sails the throw into center field, but Ford slid head first, and he's not going anywhere. Cook was able to catch Anthony Pomelia stealing second back in the first inning, but unable to catch the speedy Travius Ford stealing here in the second.
The circumstances were there. You got a high fastball, a good pitch to run on. Too much speed, too good a break.
And the throw just got away a little bit from Aaron Cook. But luckily for the Chill, they had good backup. So Ford was only able to go to second. The 1-0 is skied way up in the air on the right side of the field, bending in foul territory, and unable to make the play on it is Rowe.
Murrow going out, Rowe sprinting in, and ball swirled a little bit. You can see the flags in center field kind of swaying back and forth.
So it was Rowe, the right fielder, Bass, the second baseman, and Murrow all going for that ball, but unable to get to it in foul territory. So 1 ball and 1 strike. A man in scoring position for the Grizzly here in the bottom of the second. 0-0 game. The 1-1 swung on and missed. A nice pitch there on that location fastball. Uscali working ahead. Looks in from the sign from Cook. The 1-2 swung on and hit up the middle over the bag on second, going into center field. In comes Ford, the relay in, not in time. The Grizzly get on the board here in the bottom of the second inning and take a 1-0 lead on the RBI single from San Frantino, his first RBI this season for Alberta.
Strong throw home from Pollock, but hit the wrong part of the mound. Hit the uphill portion behind, really slowing down the pace of it. It was perfect on line. We talk so much about the speed of Ford. His single, and he creates a run. Frantino with a big hit.
Think about how big that single was from Ford, able to get the stolen bag, and just like that, still with 2 outs, able to bring a run across. Brings up the power-hitting lefty, Vincent Bird Jr. Vincent's hitting .320. He's 8 for 25 with 4 doubles, 1 home run.
An extra base hit rate of better than 50%.
0-1 check swing. Yes, he did go around, so Vincent Bird Jr. in the hole, 0-2. He's batting in the 8th spot today.
Just shows you the depth of this Grizzly lineup.
Yes. Great all-around team. Uscali gets ready for the 0-2. Frantino goes, but it doesn't matter. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night to Vincent Bird Jr. here in the second inning. But the Grizzly take a 1-0 lead as we head to the top of the third inning. We'll be right back from Southern California.
The Alberta Grizzly took a 1-0 lead over the Palm Springs Chill in the bottom half of the second inning. Now we begin the third with the Chill up to bat. It's Paul Murrow who takes a slider on the outside corner from Wyatt Beto for strike one. Beto working out of the windup. 0-1 fastball misses just off the plate, evens the count at a ball and a strike. Chill still looking for their first hit of the contest as Beto kicks and goes. Breaking ball missing down and in, ball two. Murrow hitting .462 to begin the season. Hits in 5 of the 7 games he's played in. Left side of the infield plays him deep as Beto motions home. 2-1 fastball just below the knees, ball 3. Jacob Kronberg, Joey Senna here on the CWL YouTube. Outfield playing very deep against Murrow. Beto's 3-1. Outside, skips to the backstop, and Murrow begins his sprint to first. He'll put the brakes on there as Jackson Murphy tracks down the loose ball. It's a leadoff walk, though, to Paul Murrow, the second that Beto has issued this morning.
I love seeing him run after getting walked from the batter's box because the ball got past Murphy. You never know if a ball skirts away, you can steal a bag.
That's the Brandon Nimmo. It's the Brandon Nimmo every time.
Yes.
Smile on his face, sprinting down to first.
No walking in baseball.
Short lead, though, for Murrow as Beto pitches out of the stretch and misses down and out with the first pitch to Phillip Rowe.
That's
5 pitches this inning, 4 have missed.
That's also something managers love to see. Their guys sprinting if they get hit by a pitch, if they're okay after being hit by a pitch, and then walks and even ground balls that seem routine. Run down the line.
Hustle it out. You never know what might happen as Rowe takes a fastball at the knees for strike one. Beto in the green jersey top, white bottoms, white letters and names on the front and back of the jerseys. 1-1 induces an ugly hack from Rowe. Caught off guard with the fastball, and Beto jumps ahead, 1 ball and 2 strikes.
I wouldn't even consider that a half swing. That was about a quarter swing. Very uncomfortable swing from Rowe.
Middle infield pinches in double play depth. Beto from the gut high set. Running is Murrow. Fastball lined back into the netting. And the count remains 1-2. Murrow on the move there, has just 1 stolen base this winter. 1-0, the Grizzly in front of the Chill. Alberta looking to extend their lead as the number 1 seed in the California Winter League. Entering this morning at 7-2-1, the Chill at 5-5. Bird holds on Murrow. Beto's next 1-2. An excuse me swing slices it foul and out of play on the right side.
The Chill were 2-5, so they're finding a way to get W's as we get into the late part of the CWL season.
Trying to avoid that 8-9 matchup.
Yes. That's happening a week from today.
Murrow takes off early. They got him picked off. Beto throws to second. Pamilia with it. Snap throw to first. Bird in the rundown, chasing him down. One more throw, and waiting in the middle, Pamilia to apply the tag and get Murrow, who's picked off, for the first out of the inning.
That can't happen on the base paths if you're the Chill. You're already trailing in this game. Not by a lot. It's only 1-0, but you can't get outs on the base paths.
Tried to time the delivery of Wyatt Beto and jumped early. The entire defense and bench shouting, step off, step off. He did and got the out. 1-2 to Rowe. Check swing pop up right side. Drifting to his left, the second baseman Frontino, where he's there to make the catch on the edge of the outfield grass for out number 2.
Especially when it's your leadoff guy who gets on in the inning. So now you have 2 outs with nobody on instead of 1 out with 1 guy on. That's a big difference.
And the top of the order now is to start a rally after the Chill ran into an out. Cale Thompson at the dish, the left-handed hitting infielder, playing shortstop today. Beto winds and fires, and Thompson goes after the first pitch and pops it foul for strike 1.
Cale Thompson looking to spark a 2-out rally like we saw last inning with Travius Ford getting a single, stealing a bag, and then an RBI single coming from San Frantino that scored the only run of the game.
It's 1-0, the Grizzly in front, as Thompson takes a fastball at the knees for strike 2. Cale, 24 years old, out of Campbell, California. A Gold Glove winner, a National Rawlings Gold Glove winner in his college days. Chokes up with 2 strikes. 0-2. Fastball fouled back and out of play. We'll do it again.
Beto looks settled and in rhythm now on the mound, getting ahead consistently, working with different pitches.
And looking for that big 0 in the sequential inning after his team gave him the lead.
Yes.
Next 0-2. Fastball at the knees. Got him looking. Facing the minimum in the 3rd inning is Wyatt Beto thanks to his pickoff of Paul Moreau on the bases. 1-0. The Grizzly lead the Chill. We go to the bottom half of the 3rd. After this on the CWL YouTube.
Leading off the bottom of the 3rd for the Grizzly, the catcher number 10, Jackson Murphy.
1-0 Alberta leads Palm Springs, and the Grizz up looking for more against Neil Yascali. First pitch fastball in at the knees, called a strike to Jackson Murphy. The Grizzly catcher hitting .462 this year. 0-1 offering, clips the knees once again, and quickly ahead in the count is Neil Yascali, 0-2, who works at a rapid pace. Yascali, glove covering the lower portion of his face as he looks in for the sign. Begins the windup home, and the 0-2 misses away. Ball 1.
Well, Jacob, we've got ourselves another pitching duel here in Game 1 of our doubleheader today.
Love to see it. 1-2. Bounce slowly to the right side. Murrow in front of the bag to glove. Takes it to first himself. 4-out number 1. More weak contact off the bat of a Grizzly hitter. Neil Yascali doing a good job mixing up the speeds and the tempo of his pitches.
Yascali's been pitching very well. The Grizzly were just able to get a 2-out rally going with 2 guys. And that's the lone run in the 2nd inning.
Yascali out for his 2nd California Winter League, a University of Hawaii product. Top of the order up for the Grizzly with Desmond Gates. In at 3rd is Rybarski. On the cut of the grassy place as Desmond Gates takes strike 1 called.
So 2nd time through the lineup, maybe we'll mix in a little bit more breaking stuff.
Gates crowds the plate. 0-1 misses inside and low. Evens the count at a ball and a strike. Gates bounced out to the second baseman Bass back in the 1st inning. Hitting .278 on the season. Continuing to play in, the 3rd baseman Rybarski well off the line. Yascali's 1-1 lifted foul out of play behind home plate, and Yascali ahead of yet another Grizz hitter. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Yascali, who pitched for the High Point Rockers in the 2022 season, pitched over 80 innings in Jamie Keefe's rotation. Yascali wheels and deals. Hard line drive out to second. One hop for Bass. Sets his feet, and a good throw to first. Gets the speedy Gates for out number 2.
Cameron Bass over there at playing second base is just a ball magnet today. He's making plays every single inning, multiple outs in every single inning.
He's got a magnet in that mitt right now.
Yeah.
2 up, 2 down to begin the third for Yascali. His team trailing 1-0. Anthony Pamilia, the batter. First pitch swinging, and he chops it foul around home plate for strike 1.
Bass's magnet's almost as strong as our photographer's magnet here in the CWL. Brian, who's not down in the camera well right now, but the ball always seems to find him when he is.
It's a hot spot. A couple of the players for the Grizzlies standing around there right now. Right on right, the matchup. And another foul ball around home plate by Pamilia. Yascali ahead in the count, 0-2 to the 23-year-old shortstop from San Rafael, California. Right on right, the matchup. Yascali works from the wind-up first base side of the rubber. His left foot in front of the right. He steps back, kicks, and goes. 0-2, misses away, ball 1. The Chill wearing white jersey tops and bottoms. Light blue lettering on the front and back. On the front, it reads Chill. The back of the jersey has the numbers. Yascali looking for the put-away pitch. 1-2. Barely getting a piece of it is Pamilia, and it went off the fingertips of Aaron Cook. He's going to call the trainer out as that hit the bare hand of Aaron Cook.
Cook getting beat up back there behind home plate. He's got a magnet in his catching gear.
He's either getting a bandage or a wrap on it right now. Those types of things can kind of chip the nail is generally what the Band-Aid would be used for.
A nice job from Pamilia somehow getting a piece of that to stay alive.
Cook's going to have to keep that right hand a little more tucked.
Yeah.
Couple of tough hits off him already. Everybody back and settled. 1-2. High chopper to short. Charging. Thompson. He gloves on the backhand. Strong feed to first. Gets him. Good stretch by Paul Murrow. As Neil Yascali works a 1-2-3 inning, getting 3 groundouts against the Grizzly offense. We're through 3 full. Grizzly 1, Chill nothing. More baseball after this on the CWL YouTube. Two, three, 4 in the order, due up for the Palm Springs Chill, who trail the Alberta Grizzly 1-0. We begin the top of the fourth. Wyatt Beto still on the mound, and he throws a fastball past A.J. Pollock for strike one. Beto through 3 innings of hitless baseball right now, as the Grizzly look to get back to their winning ways after yesterday's tie against the A's. Beto out of the windup, breaking ball. Off the hands, trickled to the left side. Beto for it, sprinting in his Kumagai, and nobody will get there. An infield single for A.J. Pollock and the Grizzly with their first, the Chill with their first hit of the contest.
I get those two teams mixed up too, the Chill and the Rush, for some weird reason.
Got inverted uniform colors.
That's why I love baseball. You're throwing 3 scoreless, hitless innings, and then the first hit that you allow is a swinging bunt.
Went about 45 feet down the third base line. Pollock with great speed off of first. Has Beto working the stretch. Pollock runs. Fastball misses low, mishandled by Murphy. And diving into second base safely is A.J. Pollock. The little trickle of a base hit, a stolen base, and the Chill have the tying run in scoring position. Down 1-0.
They watched the Grizzly do that in the bottom of the second inning, and now they're just 1 hit away from potentially tying this game here in the fourth.
Pollock dances off of second base. The 1-0 to Vanderwall. Misses down and in, ball 2.
A.J. Pollock has a lot of speed at second base, so any single or double or anything that gets out in the outfield, he's most likely scoring and 9 times out of 10.
He's an aggressive base runner as well. Good secondary lead as the 2-0 to Vanderwall misses high, ball 3. Jacob Vanderwall was a second-round pick in the Frontier League draft last year. Spent some time with the Tri-City Valley Cats, the team who drafted him. Then he played 18 games with the Windy City Thunderbolts. See if he gets the green light. 3-0. Takes fastball in at the knees for strike 1.
This is a big at-bat for Wyatt Beto. You need to get a first out in this inning with already a runner on second base. You don't want runners on first and second, nobody out.
Sneaking in behind the runner is Anthony Pamilia. A step and a dive back in for Pollock. No throw from Beto. 1-0. The Alberta Grizzly leading the Palm Springs Chill. Top of the fourth at Palm Springs Stadium. 3-1 from Beto misses way outside, ball 4. And the first 2 men have reached here in the fourth against Wyatt Beto, who had allowed just 2 base runners prior in the first 3 innings.
And it all started with a swinging bunt from A.J. Pollock, the first hit of the game. You never know what can spark a rally for you.
Baseball's crazy or beautiful like that. We know there's a fine line between those 2 words. First pitch fastball up and in, and bending out of the way is Jeffrey Pellegrino. You'll see baseballs hit on the screws, 95 miles an hour, right at someone.
And it's an out.
That ball, I can't imagine, was hit harder than about 45 miles an hour. And it's a single in the books is Jared Lemieux, the Alberta
and hit 30
manager,
feet or something.
Yeah, the Alberta manager out to talk to Beto, try and calm down his right-hander.
You spent some time with Jared last week, right? You guys went to a hockey game?
We did. Jared and a couple of the other guys who work here went to the Coachella Valley Firebirds game.
How was that experience?
San Diego Gulls. It was a ton of fun. I mean, Jared was a guy we worked in the same league this past 2 years. Didn't have too much time to interact, but he's just another sports fan out here enjoying the games.
I've really enjoyed interacting with him here in the clubhouse. He's a great guy.
Yeah, loves to joke around but gets serious when it's time for ball. We got to go do a little I.O. with him yesterday, a little infield-outfield drills, as Jeffrey Pellegrino bounces a change-up foul at home plate.
Let's talk about that a little bit. That was so much fun, getting out on the field, bringing our fungos out there, hitting some ground balls to these guys, and we had to use some gloves from some of the guys there because we didn't have our own. Oh, it was such a fun practice yesterday at 7:45 in the morning prior to the games.
1-1 pitch, lined back into the net behind home. And Beto ahead in the count 1-2. Yeah, shout out. Aaron Gex let us use one of his extra mitts.
Yep.
A couple of the other guys
I used
out
his
there.
mitt. Thank you to Aaron Gex.
We were catching for the coaches, hitting some ground balls out there, rotating through.
We got to see the turf field. First time that I've been on that field.
1-2 breaking ball. Just misses inside.
Yeah, Wyatt Beto is searching for a strikeout here with nobody out and runners on first and second. Either that or a ground ball up the middle to Frentino or Pomelia.
The Grizzly, Beto's team in front 1-0. He's hoping to keep it there. 2 on, nobody out. Pollock dances off second. 2-2 to Pellegrino. Waved at and missed, strike 3. Got him with the high cheddar for out number 1, and now you're one well-placed ground ball from getting out of this inning.
Such a big strikeout coming in a very key situation for strikeout number 5 from Wyatt Beto.
And Jake Rybarski comes to the dish, a strikeout victim back in the second. First pitch from Beto, bounced foul toward the Grizzly dugout. Nobody makes a play on it. Hops over the head of Noah Areola and Jose Abraham Martinez. Last night's hero, if we can call it a hero on a game tire.
It was that avoided the Grizzly losing that
Jose
game.
Abraham
so
Martinez had the clutch gene yesterday.
Yes.
Beto working from a belt-tie set. Stares down Pollock at second. Now turns and goes. And the 0-1 misses in, just off the front hip of Rybarski.
Rybarski is 8 for 23 now, and he has 4 RBIs on the season.
And a chance for more here. Anything to the outfield likely scores Pollock and could tie this game. 1-0 Alberta leading. Beto a couple looks to Pollock. A 1-1 breaking ball. Flared foul behind home plate. Strike 2.
If you're the Chill, you need to find a way to score A.J. Pollock, who was on second base in scoring position for the Chill with nobody out.
Hugging the line at third is Kumagai. Pinched up the middle. Pomelia and Frentino playing in front of the runner at first, Bird. 1-2. Popped up foul behind home plate. And that'll land in the bleachers, ricochet around a couple of fans. But a clean pickup by the gentleman in the white shirt and gray cap.
Someone's getting free popcorn.
Oh, he's holding it up. We need some applause for the man. Count remains 1-2 to Rybarski. A 1-0 lead for Alberta. But the Chill, the Palm Springs Chill, threatening. Right on right the matchup. Beto from the staggered set, inside move, no throw to second. As Pollock turns and goes back into the bag. Very deep in left field is Andre White. 1-2 curveball. Drops in at the knees. Strike 3 called on the rainbow curve from Wyatt Beto. And after allowing the first 2 men to reach, Beto has punched out a pair and has a true chance of escaping this jam. 2 on, 2 out, and it's up to Aaron Cook if the Chill are going to get anything across the plate this inning.
And if you're the Chill, who else would you want up at the plate? Maybe.
Yeah, I'll take the guy hitting tick under 500. First pitch fastball to Cook. Away, gets away from Jackson Murphy. He scampers after it. But both runners advance into scoring position. Pollock to third. Vanderwall to second. Now a base hit could give the Chill the lead, who trail. One another count to Cook. Beto's curveball misses down and out, ball 2. First base is open. But Beto almost assuredly trying to end things now. He will pitch out of the windup. Wide stance on the mound. It's 2-0. This is low in the dirt. Hops away in front of Murphy. But as it moved up the third base line, nowhere for Pollock to go.
Yeah, very fortunate roll there. And if you're Murphy or if you're Wyatt Beto right now, I would walk Aaron Cook in this situation and take your chances with Cameron Bass. You don't want to leave something over the plate.
Well, the 3-0 misses low. Not sure if it was intentional, but it is a 4-pitch walk to Aaron Cook. Loading the bases for the Chill, who trail 1-0, and a chance for Cameron Bass to give his team the lead. Bass, who's been a magnet in the field defensively, looking to pick up the early big hit as well. Beto out of the windup. First pitch fastball up in the zone, called strike 1.
Cameron Bass is looking for his first RBI in the CWL season, and it would be a big one. Tying the game, potentially giving them the lead here in the 4th.
Can't think of a much better time, but Bass now behind in the count, 0-2. As the changeup hits the knees. Pollock off third. Vanderwall off second, Cook off first. None being held on. Middle infield plays deep. The shortstop Pamilia on the grass. 0-2 pitch. Chopped up the middle. Behind the bag is Pamilia through his legs and into center field. Pollock in to score. Vanderwall coming. Throw goes to third. And they don't get the sliding Aaron Cook. It's going to be an RBI single on the infield single once it was booted by Pamilia. That'll go as an error. 2 runs in to score. It's the Chill 2 and the Grizzly 1. Palm Springs in front. Down 0-2. Bass with the safety swing. Puts it in play. Would have been impossible to throw him out with his speed, but then Pamilia overran the ball behind second base, allowing the second run to come in to score. And a chance for Paul Murrow now to extend the Chill lead. He takes a fastball low and out.
Now all 3 runs that we've seen in this game coming with 2 outs. Clutch hitting by both of these teams.
A 1-0 fastball. Swung on and missed. A hefty cut by Murrow. Beto trying to resettle in. He went 3 scoreless. 2 given up here in the 4th. The 1-1. High chopper to the left side. Kumagai waits on it. Glove. Sidearm throw on the move. Gets Murrow by a stride, and that ends the inning. But not before the Chill. Scratch across 2 runs. Cameron Bass with the RBI hit, and we're halfway home. Chill 2, Grizzly 1 on the CWL YouTube. Three, 4, 5 in the order due up for the Alberta Grizzly, who now trail the Palm Springs Chill 2-1. First pitch fastball from Neil Yascali misses low to Kumagai, ball 1. Jacob Kronberg here on the CWL YouTube. Thanks so much for spending your Thursday with us. 1-0 to Kumagai. Pulled foul down the right field line. Kumagai bounced out to second base back in the first inning. The Grizzly playing from behind for the first time this morning. Yascali out of the windup. Broken bat, slow roller to third. There is Rybarski playing on the grass, sets his feet, and a throw to first. Goes toward right field, but controlled by Murrow with his foot still on the bag. For out number 1. One up, one down to begin the home fourth for Neil Yascali and company. The Chill leading 2-1. Palm Springs, quietly the hottest team in the CWL, winners of 3 straight. As Andre White digs in, the left-handed hitting outfielder, hitting .333 this year, as he watches a fastball miss up at the eyes, ball 1. Playing in and well off the bag at third, Rybarski. Shaded up the middle, the shortstop Thompson. Yascali kicks and goes, and his 1-0 misses low, ball 2. Another beautiful day for baseball. A little bit of wind, swirling a bit, but mainly blowing toward right field. 2-0. Driven out toward left center field. Going back, Pellegrino. He's there in the gap to make the catch. For out number 2. Couple of quick outs from Neil Yascali after his team gave him the lead in the top half of the inning. 2-1 in favor of the Chill over the Grizzly. And it's up to Jake Hall if the Grizz are going to get anything going in this home fourth. Wind picks up a bit. Gusts blowing left to right. Yascali out of the windup. First pitch fastball misses above the belt. Ball 1. Right on right, the matchup to Hall, who lined out to second in his only other at-bat. Fastball picks off the outer edge. Strike 1 called. We have a final score from the turf field. The A's take down the Lumberjacks 7-0. 1-1 to Hall. Breaking ball. Dives into the zone. Strike 2 called. And Yascali looking for a 1-2-3 shutdown frame. His team in front, 2-1. Yascali from the first base side of the rubber. The 1-2. Fisted up behind second base. It's down and into center field for a base hit. A 2-out. Fisted single into center field by Jake Hall, who's aboard and extends the inning for Travius Ford. Ford back in the second. Singled, stole second base, and scored on the RBI base hit by Sam Frontino. He crowds the plate, a slightly closed stance with the hands high, and he runs like the wind. First pitch from Yascali misses up, ball 1. You saw Ford a bit shaken up from his 2 slides. A dive into second as well as a dive into home to score the run. From the letters, Yascali works, and he finds the outside corner with a fastball, strike 1. Deep in left, Pellegrino. Normal depth for Pollock in center, and deep in right plays Phillip Rowe. Yascali with the hands at the letters. 1-1, swung on and missed, challenged him with the fastball up, and got Ford to swing through it for strike 2. Palm Springs leading 2-1. Yascali trying to keep it there. And the 1-2 fastball misses up and away. Count evens up. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Ford. Comes from Winterville, North Carolina. Played in the United Shore Pro Baseball League last year. 2-2 pitch. Up in the zone, called strike 3. Tight slider caught the upper crust of the strike zone and Ford down looking to end the inning. Neil Yascali works around a 2-out single by Jay Call, and he pitches a scoreless fourth. We are through 4 full. Palm Springs leading Alberta 2-1 on the CWL YouTube. (9-1-2) due up in the order for the Chill as Philip Rowe goes after the first pitch. Frantino in the hole, gloves, and throws while running into the outfield to get Philip Rowe by a couple of steps. 1 pitch, 1 out for Wyatt Beto and company in the top of the 5th.
What a nice play from Frantino. Going out to the outfield, he could have rushed his throw, and he was afraid of throwing it away. He had a second thought and said, no, I'm going to take my time with this and get the sure throw.
Jacob Crumber, Joey Senna, live from Palm Springs Stadium. Cale Thompson digs in and takes a fastball in off the plate, ball 1.
We've been so spoiled here in Palm Springs. It's been in the 70s for the last 3 weeks.
Supposed to get up to 77 today as Thompson fouls one out of play over the third base bleachers. 1-1 the count. We've got line changes for the Alberta Grizzly. We'll run through them after this Thompson at bat for you. But what's important, Wyatt Beto's still on the bump. His team down 2-1. Beto's 1-1 changeup misses low off the end of the glove of Jackson Murphy. Looks like Jay Call is getting loose, perhaps, in the bullpen for the Grizz as Beto's pitch misses downstairs. 3 balls, 1 strike, the count to Thompson, who's 0 for 2 this morning, trying to extend his team's newfound lead up 2-1. Beto working out of the windup. Soft leg kick. And the 3-1 slow roller down the first base line. It hops foul. And that's where Vincent Bird will touch it to confirm the foul ball. Full count now to the Chill leadoff man, Cale Thompson. Beto slowly paces behind the mound, now walks up from the back of it and settles. Right foot on the mound, left foot to the first base side of it. Hands move up and down. His payoff pitch fouled off of Murphy and will do it again.
Beto looked a little frustrated. It looked like he was happy with how that pitch came out. He was just like, oh, man, how did Cale Thompson get a piece of that one? That one felt good.
He thought he had a front door looking strikeout with the curve. Thompson with the open stance, chokes up. Payoff pitch part 2, slap to the left side, foul.
Great at-bat Cale Thompson's putting together here.
Ubaldo Romo, who is guarding the bullpen session right now, almost made an effort on that. He was thinking about leaping for it and said, you know, I probably shouldn't jump over a fence to catch a ball at this point in time.
Especially if it's not going to count in the box score.
3-2 pitch, part 3, lifted down the left field line, slicing foul.
Romo's busy over there.
And Hall, who is also an outfielder, gave no bid on a ball he could have caught. He is focused. He's locked in on that bullpen session. Anthony Pamilia down there catching the bullpen session. We've seen him play all over, as well as pitch.
Yeah, we have super utility guys here in the CWL.
Moving in at third is Jose Abraham Martinez as Beto steps off. A 2-1 lead for the Chill. They scored both runs last inning on a Cameron Bass base hit. 3-2 fastball in the dirt, ball 4, and Thompson draws a 1-out walk.
That was earned by Thompson. What a good walk that was. Fouling off a few pitches, staying alive, and before you know it, you got a free pass, runner on first base with 1 out.
And we'll look at the newfound Grizzly defense. Still Beto on the mound, Jackson Murphy behind the plate. Vincent Bird Jr. and San Frontino remain at first and second. The new third baseman is Jose Abraham Martinez. At shortstop, Rio Kogare. First pitch fastball to Pollock misses up and in as he pirouettes out of the way. A fresh outfield for Jared Lemieux's bunch. Travius Ford goes from designated hitter to left field. Tomokai Shirei replaces Gates in center, and Ethan Baker replaces Hall in right. Beto out of the stretch, first base side of the rubber, his 1-0. Swung on and missed. Late decision to swing there from Pollock. Pollock from Rye Brook, New York. About 30 minutes from where I grew up.
He's also used to the cold then.
And the 1-1 goes inside and hits him. A bit of frustration from A.J. Pollock. But after retiring the leadoff man in the inning, the next two have reached for the Chill. And they're cooking for a couple more runs with Jacob Vanderwall at the dish.
Yeah, if you're the Chill, you need to extend this lead as much as you can against this really good Alberta Grizzly team.
Thompson at second, Pollock behind him at first, both run well. Vanderwall, who walked and scored last inning, stands into the lefty box. First pitch from Beto misses upstairs, ball 1. That'll bring Jared Lemieux out of the dugout to talk to his young right-hander.
Yeah, Jared's going to come in, communicate a little bit, see how Beto's doing, see if he can stay in there and try to get out of this inning, or maybe if he should make a move to the pen.
Hall has been warming up all half inning. Long meeting on the mound. Home plate umpire Roman Frecking goes out to break it up.
We haven't seen that too often in the CWL.
No.
The umpire going out there and say, hey, that's enough.
Palm Springs leading Alberta 2-1, looking for more. Scored both their runs last inning against Beto. Hugging the line at third, Martinez. In at first, Bird. 1-0 to Vanderwall. Driven out to center field. Shirei going back, lines it up. Makes the catch with one hand. Bluffing the tag from second is Thompson.
Oh,
and a beautiful throw home.
gosh.
Shirei off his back foot from deep center field throws a strike right on the money to third.
Cale Thompson would have been out for sure at third base with that throw.
It's a deep fly out off the bat of Vanderwall. Both runners stay put.
Wow.
And it's up to Jeffrey Pellegrino to extend things. 2 runners remain on, 2 down. Beto trying to get through 5 innings in a 1-run ball game. Bell tie set. First pitch to Pellegrino. Breaking ball on the inner half, called a strike.
take note, the rest of the CWL, do not run when a fly ball is hit to Shirei. Don't tag up. Don't even try.
Shirei, a guy who's played shortstop, second, third, and center. Showing off the gun. A look to Thompson, and the delivery home misses upstairs. Ball 1. Pellegrino, 0 for 1. He walked in the second, struck out in the fourth. Trying to add to his team's 2-1 lead. Beto's pace has slowed down. Long stare at Thompson, and the 1-1. Lifted out toward left field. Ford to his left and in, makes the catch shoulder high to end the inning. And Wyatt Beto works around a couple of base runners in the fifth, putting up his fourth 0 in 5 innings. However, the Chill remain in front 2-1. We go to the bottom half of the fifth after this. Home half of the fifth inning at Palm Springs Stadium. The Palm Springs Chill leading the Alberta Grizzly 2-1 as Sam Frontino takes a fastball away. Ball 1. Uscali out of the windup. Now he picks off that outside corner. Strike 1 called. 1 run in the second inning. That's been all the offense for the Grizzly. Uscali kicks and fires, missing up and in with the heater. Ball 2.
Uscali showing why he's the ace for this Chill team. Only 1 run through 4+ innings.
2-1. Skied high down the right field line into foul territory. Over is Rowe near the railing, and he runs out of room. Good field awareness to not topple over the chain link fence. Two and two the count to Frontino, who drove in the lone run for the Grizzly with an RBI single in the second. The Grizz, though, out hitting the Chill 4-2. Uscali's 2-2. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Little bit of a cutter there from Uscali as he strikes out Frontino for out number 1 in the fifth.
Only Uscali's 4th strikeout, but he's not pitching necessarily for strikeouts. He's pitching to give his team the best opportunity to win.
He's just looking for outs, and the bullpen for the Chill quiet.
Yep.
Vincent Bird Jr. digs in, and he watches a fastball miss away. Ball 1. Bird struck out in his last at-bat. As he drives one to deep center field, Pollock playing deep, moves into the gap, and makes the catch for out number 2. Hit well off the bat of Bird, but Pollock got him played perfectly. 2-1, Chill in front of the Grizzly. Jackson Murphy batting. This will complete the second time through the order for Alberta. Outfield shades him to hit the ball the other way. First pitch from Yascali, misses up, ball 1.
The wind picking up a little bit as we head into almost the afternoon hours here on the West Coast.
1-0 from Yascali, lifted foul out of play and into the parking lot it goes.
Make sure you're holding on to all your papers. They may fly away here.
One fastball. Down the heart of the plate front, rather Murphy takes, strike 2.
Last time up, Murphy hit a ball to first base. Murrow was able to tag the bag. He's 0 for 1.
And then he spoils a 1-2 pitch, keeping the at-bat alive. Murphy from Lafayette, Louisiana, played at the University of New Orleans, and then across the seas in Germany. 1-2 slider. Drops in the upper crust of the zone. Strike 3 called. Another 1-2-3 inning for Neil Yascali, who's gone 5 innings of 1-run ball. His team, the Chill, in front 2-1 as we go to the 6th following this break on the CWL YouTube.
We start the top of the 6th inning. Palm Springs Chill with a 2-1 lead over the Alberta Grizzly. Middle of the lineup due up, 5, 6, 7 hitters. Jake Rybarski, Aaron Cook, and Cameron Bass. Wyatt Beto still on the mound for the Grizzly. Up and in for ball 1. He's checking the mound to see the footing of where he's at. But he'll get back to work. I'm Joey Senna, joined alongside Jacob Kronberg. Thank you for joining us on the California Winter League YouTube channel. 1-1 finds the outside corner, strike 2. Beto looking for a quick inning. after facing 5 batters last inning, but still putting up a 0. Fouled back over the netting, out of play by Jake Rybarski, who's 0 for 2 with a couple strikeouts. One looking back in the second, actually both looking, and also another one in the fourth. Beto gets ready in the 1-2. Swung on and missed. Strikeout number 3 for Rybarski this afternoon. One away now for the catcher, Aaron Cook, who walked back in the fourth and struck out swinging back in the second. Seven strikeouts for Wyatt Beto, but he finds himself behind 2-1. Aaron Cook fouled off the first pitch he saw. He's behind in the count, 0-1. Chill looking to add on here in the top of the 6th. A chopper to the first baseman, Bird Jr., who flips over to Beto for out number 2. 2 up and 2 down for Beto here in the 6th. Brings up Cameron Bass, who picked up an RBI single back in the 4th inning when the Chill took the lead with 2 runs in the 4th. Big moment in the game. Then he grounded out to first back in the 2nd. Hold bat with nobody on and 2 away. Takes ball 1 from Beto inside. Kicks and flicks home. Strike 2 on the high fastball. Getting a swing and a miss from Cameron Bass, who's hitting in the 7th spot today for Palm Springs, looking to extend their winning streak to 4 games. Ball 2 is in the dirt. 2 balls and 1 strike with 2 away. Great pitching performances by both Wyatt Beto and Neil Uscali. The 2-1 below the zone for ball 3. Beto falling behind here.
Yeah, we've hit a kind of lined up point where all the teams have their horses on the mound these last day or two. We've seen some really strong pitching.
3-1, fouled, bending, out of play. So full count. This may be the last inning for Wyatt Beto, working here in the 6th. The bullpen is active for Alberta in foul territory on the left side of the field. The 3-2 down the first base line, fair ball going down the right field. Bass rounding first, heading into second. Baker throws in, not in time. So a 2-out double for Cameron Bass, who is now 2 for 3 with a RBI single and a double now.
Came in struggling a bit offensively, hitting just 167. He's got the big RBI hit. He's got a double on the day, and he may have knocked Wyatt Beto out of this ballgame.
That is exactly what happened. We will be right back here on the California Winter League YouTube channel after the pitching change. Jake Hall will replace Wyatt Beto here in the 6th inning with a man in scoring position. Hyun-Woo Kim took over for Cameron Bass and will now pinch run. Kim is at second base for Paul Murrow, who's ahead 1-0. Murrow fouls this into the netting. That'll even the count, 1 ball and 1 strike.
That knocked Jackson Murphy back a little bit. This is the 3rd time we're going to see Jake Hall this year, or 3rd time we have seen him. He's gone 2 1/3 innings, given up just 1 hit. He's walked a pair and struck out 3.
Working in a jam here in the 6th. Murrow hits this into right center field. Shirei moves over in the hole, and that retires the side. 1 batter faced is all Jake Hall needs to escape the 6th inning. We head to the home half of the 6th, 2-1. Palm Springs lead. Going back real quick, Wyatt Beto's final line. He pitched 5 2/3 innings, giving up 3 hits, 2 runs, but only 1 of them was earned. And he struggled a little bit with command. He had 5 walks, but he also tacked on 7 strikeouts. First pitch swinging, Tomakai Shirei is retired for out number 1.
You love the 1-pitch 1 out if you're Chill manager Stan Clyburn when your ace is trying to go deep into this contest. Pitching into the 6th, something we haven't seen too many guys do.
Rio Kogure swinging at the first pitch as well. This is going into shallow center field. 2 people going at it. And the shortstop, Thompson, ends up coming away with it. 2 pitches and 2 outs for the ace.
It could have been bad. He ran right in front of Kim, who was signaling for it pretty early. The shortstop does get command on anything in the air, in the infield, and he took over and made the catch. Thankfully, no collision.
Last inning, Kim came in to pinch run for Bass, and Kim stays in the game and is playing second base. First pitch in to Jose Abraham Martinez. Strike 1 on the outside corner. The Chill with the 2-1 lead here in the bottom of the 6th inning. It's getting late, and the Grizzly were in a tight game yesterday as well against the Canada A's.
They had some late game heroics yesterday by this man at the dish, Jose Abraham Martinez.
That's right. They were trailing 1 run going into the last of the 7th inning. 0-2 is in the dirt for ball 1.
Jose was 1 for 16 on the season before that hit. Comes up in the biggest situation
with 2 outs
in the last.
Yes. The 1-2 waved at and missed. Quick work for Neil Uscali here in the 6th inning. A 1-2-3 in 5 or 6 pitches. A dominant inning to maybe cap off his dominant outing today. We'll see if he goes back to finish the game. We head to the top of the 7th. The Chill trying to add on to their 2-1 lead. We'll be right back. 9-1 and 2 due up for Palm Springs here in the top of the 7th inning against Jake Hall and the Grizzly. 2-1 Chill lead, trying to extend their 3-game winning streak and get above 500. Strike 2 to the number 9 hitter, Phillip Rowe, who flew out to second back in the 3rd and grounded out to second in the 5th. He's behind 0-2. Chopper on the right side, and that's foul. Nick Knoll, a member of the Chill, makes a barehanded play on it. So we'll do it again. No balls and 2 strikes. Jake Hall working exclusively out of the stretch. 0-2. Outside and away. Nice job for Murphy to get a glove on that.
Braden Bonner tossing a little bit in the Grizzly bullpen just in case they feel the need to bring someone in and keep it a 1-run game.
The 1-2. Low. Ball 2. That'll even the count. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Hall looks in. His throwing hand and the ball on his back. Throws home on the 2-2. A little blooper into right center field, and Frontino making a diving play. What an outstanding play for out number 1 here in the 7th.
That's a great snag, Sam Frontino. We talked about it early. This Grizzly defense is really good.
Mm-hmm.
Really good. And that error by Familia early on is out of the ordinary for what he does, picking it at shortstop.
Brings up the shortstop, Cale Thompson. He'll bat with nobody on and 1 away here in the top of the 7th. The Chill looking to extend on their 2-1 lead. Another dramatic game after yesterday's 3-3 tie between this Grizzly team against the Canada A's. 1-0 swung on and hit into center field. Fly ball for Shirei, who records the 2nd out of the inning. That'll bring up the center fielder, A.J. Pollock, who will bat with nobody on and 2 away here in the top of the last. Only 3 hits combined for the Palm Springs Chill team, and they were able to scrape across 2 runs against Wyatt Beto. That came back in the 4th inning. Strike 1 to A.J. Pollock. 0-1. Hall looks in, throws home, hit into the infield. On the right side, Vincent Burr Jr., the first baseman, goes over and makes a play on it. A quick inning for Jake Hall, a 1-2-3 inning. They look to carry some momentum into the bottom of the 7th, looking to tie or win the game, trailing 2-1. We'll be right back. Neil Uscali looking to go the distance for Palm Springs as they lead 2-1 here in the last of the 7th inning. Uscali will face the middle of the lineup for the Grizzly, 4, 5, and 6 hitters. Noah Areola, who's at the plate, Ethan Baker, and Travius Ford due up for the Grizzly as they look to come back for the second straight day here in the CWL. 0-1 from Uscali, just outside. That'll even the count up at 1-1. A big gap out in left center field. The center fielder, Pollock, is shaded more towards the right center gap. Big hole on the left side.
Well, he's playing both the way Uscali's going to attack Areola, and that's pepper him away, as well as the wind, which at this point is howling from left to right. They're going to move him over a little bit now.
Yep, now he's dead center at the 2-1 count. Uscali looking to attack here.
And if Uscali loses things, Fu Yuan Chang is up, who was served as the back-end reliever for Stan Clyburn's bunch.
Last thing you want to do if you're Uscali is walk the leadoff man. And the challenge pitch comes, and that's fouled back from Noah Areola. 2-1, the Grizzly trail here in the bottom of the 7th inning in what has been a very entertaining pitching duel. Full count to the leadoff man in the 7th. Uscali working from the windup, throws home, and fouled back by Areola, and will do it again.
He's already thrown as many pitches as he did in the 6th. What a brisk inning that was.
So we'll do it again. 3 balls, 2 strikes, swung on and in play in right center field. Both Pellegrino and Pollock coming together, and the captain out there, A.J. Pollock, the center fielder, will make the play. 1 up and 1 down for Uscali, searching for 2 more outs to look for the complete game for the Palm Springs Chill.
Yeah, well, Stan Clyburn made a few defensive changes going into this inning. You got Jeffrey Pellegrino moving from left to right. JT Reed out and left to really shore up that outfield defense. Little more range out there.
First pitch, outside corner, strike 1 to Ethan Baker. The 0-1 is fouled right behind us into Sunrise Park. Baker came in for Jake Hall in this game. We had 5 substitutions for the Grizzly. Uscali looks in. The 0-2. Just getting a piece of it is Baker to live to see another day. Uscali has allowed 4 hits and just the 1 run that came back in the 2nd inning. Holding on to a 2-1 lead here in the bottom of the 7th. Ball 1 outside to Baker. On deck is the speedy Travius Ford. The 1-2. Upstairs, check swing. No, he did not go, says Josh Garcia, the field umpire for this game. Two balls and 2 strikes, nobody on and 1 away. Trailing 2-1, the Grizzly. That's low, full count.
Way to battle for Baker. Behind in the count early, a couple of strong takes. And if he reaches, that's the tying run aboard, just like that. We've seen that story before for the Grizzly. Saw that story about 16 hours ago.
The full count. Strike 3 on the outside corner. 2 up and 2 down for Uscali, as he's looking to go the distance here for Palm Springs. If you're Ethan Baker, you got to swing at that. Too close.
Too close to take.
Yeah.
Got to look to attack.
Brings up Travius Ford, who singled, stole a bag, and came in to score in the 2nd inning. Struck out looking back in the 4th. Last life here for the Alberta Grizzly, trailing 2-1 with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. 1-0 upstairs from Neil Uscali. Uscali finding the zone once again in a 2-0 count. Strike 1. If it gets to him, Sam Frontino in the on-deck circle for the Grizzly. 2-1 on the lower outside corner. Strike 2. One more strike for Neil Uscali. The Grizzly down to their last strike. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Swung on and missed. A complete game for Neil Uscali, the ace for Palm Springs. They have extended their winning streak to 4 games. They are now over 500 with a 6-5 record. They beat the first place Alberta Grizzly, who now fall to 7-3-1. We hope you join us for Game 2 of our doubleheader here at Palm Springs Stadium. Game 2 will feature the British Columbia Bombers and the Palm Springs Power. First pitch is going to be around 12:30. I'm Joey Senna, joined by Jacob Kronberg. We thank you so much for spending your morning or afternoon with us, depending on where you're at, across the country or around the world. We'll see you for Game 2.